What's up, guys? Classy Metal here. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to my buddy Sean Count Blagrath over at Celestial Oak Productions with his new clothing line, Descendant Clothing. If you haven't, head on over to his label, Celestial Oak, and order yourself a shirt, order yourself an Ootstadt CD. Fantastic. I guess epic black metal, Viking themed black metal out of Portland, Oregon, here in the U.S. I'll link it up in the description. Head on over and give Sean some support. Um, what I'm going to show for you guys today is the 1 year anniversary Metalhead box, the November box. I've already opened this up, gone through it. That tends to be the way I'm going to do these, I think, from now on. It gives me a chance to listen through these albums and I don't have to show you stuff that I don't know anything about. I was getting to a point, I was finding so much new music through the Metalhead box that I was getting CDs and shirts even, and I was like, I really just don't know a ton about this release or this band. And instead of just sitting here looking like an idiot and saying, well, this I think, and then being wrong, I decided to start doing the videos this way, and I think that's just the format that I'm going to keep doing these videos going forth. Okay, I'm going to shut up and I'm going to show you what you all came to see. As I said, this is the 1 year anniversary, excuse me, of the Metalhead box. I've fallen in love with Metalhead box over the past year. Many of you know that already. You've seen that transpire through this channel. They've had a very, very unique way of getting these boxes to me when I've had one of the absolute worst days, especially at work. I don't know if I just have terrible jobs all the time and terrible days at work every day, and the box just happens to show up, or they're just getting really good, because today was one of those days. This week, it's been one of those weeks that's just been absolutely horrible at work. Never thought the work week would end. Had to work on my day off today. 8-hour shift turned into 10 hours, turned into 11. You know how it goes. You've all been there. So super glad to come home and have this waiting for me. It helped brighten my day a little bit. Drinking Old Duels, non-alcoholic, so none of you worry. I haven't fallen off the wagon. So let's get into this. First up, there was a poster. Just if I could get that glare off. Just pretty gnarly, dark artwork. This is has Metalhead box here at the bottom. This is from Riddick art from Mark Riddick. Mark Riddick, if you're into any type of death metal at all, you've seen artwork, whether you know it or not. You've seen artwork from Mark Riddick. He's got a resume of just pretty much a who's who of death metal bands and acts that he's done artwork and album art and all that good stuff for, as far as Suffocation, Black Dahlia Murder. I mean, the list could go on and on and on. Fantastic poster. Definitely going to find a spot on my wall for that. Fits the theme that I have going in here. So fantastic. It was a great way to start the box. The next thing I'm going to show is probably the only thing that I was disappointed on in the box. Nothing wrong with what I'm going to show. It's just me being a bit whiny. I've often stated, I've made no bones about that I'm not the hugest thrash metal fan in the world. I do like thrash metal from time to time. It's just not my favorite subgenre of metal. I subscribe to the all metal box, so I understand that there's going to be thrash metal in the all genre. So I mean, I have no one to blame but myself. I saw I guess some spoilers already, and the Undergang shirt. I had my fingers crossed that I was like, man, I want that Undergang shirt. But alas, I've got this nice artwork on this. This is a Whiplash. I can honestly say that there we go. Before this month's Metalhead box, if I had heard of Whiplash, they have escaped my memory. I knew absolutely nothing about this band. They are an American thrash metal outfit. They came out in the 80s, late 80s through the 90s. Took, I guess, a bit of a hiatus, and came back, I believe, in 2007, if what I read was correct. I haven't had a chance to listen to them yet. I don't know. Maybe I'll listen and fall in love with them. Um, I don't know. If not, maybe that shirt will go in a giveaway or a trade at some point. But still, I mean, the artwork on it was nice. I want to at least become somewhat familiar with the band, just because if I do wear the shirt, I would like to have some working knowledge of the band going with that. Next up was this giant back patch. It's a silkscreen back patch. Fantastic artwork on this. I'm pretty excited that I got this one. This is an obituary with the Slowly We Rot artwork. Probably the best obituary album. Their newest release was very strong. I was surprised with how great their newest release was. But awesome stuff. I don't have a vest or anything going yet, but if I do, or a jacket, maybe that will go on it. I'm thinking right now that I'm going to hang this up on the wall as well, because I love that album and I love that artwork on that. So that's awesome there. Next up, we had one of the best autographs that we've gotten in Metalhead box so far. They've had these autographs in almost every box, and I know the Carl Sanders autograph that I got and the Frank Mullen were two of the strongest. This is another one that is just phenomenal. This is our Rick Ross off of he's got another I guess a guitarist with an amazing resume. He's played with Death. He helped write the Leprosy album. Many people find that to be the best Death album. He's also played with Massacre. Fantastic Florida death metal. But this is Rick Ross. Even the artwork on this little signed card is neat. I'm liking this. I may actually frame this one because it is one of my favorites that I've received so far. We got, I guess, I will do the CDs last, because I like to do kind of little mini reviews for the CDs. Let me get this stuff packed up and moved. Next up, we have a pin. This is a exclusive Metalhead box. Let me get this. I guess I could have got these out of the plastic when I opened it before. Not sure how well it's going to pick up. It's got the Metalhead box logo with Robert and Melissa. I'm assuming. If not those two, then I'm sorry. But yeah, that's just who I assume now when I think of Metalhead box. That's who I put in my head there. Anyway, going on. Trying to get it not so blurry. Don't think it's working out. Neat little pin. I've gotten several pins through Metalhead box now, so I guess I've, whether I wanted to or not, started a little pin collection because of them. It's just saying it's a 1-year anniversary limited edition pin. Thanking you for your support. And then next up, we got one that's pretty neat, very fitting for Metalhead box. It is a dog tag. And I'm going to read the card before I show the dog tag. It says, this item you hold in your hand is a special custom piece made exclusive to the 1-year anniversary Metalhead box. This piece was chosen by the team as a statement for as Metalheads. We support the bands, labels, and like you, we feel physical format is so important to keep alive. So we hope you will wear this Death to False Metal dog tag with pride and continue to support what we all love, and that is metal from the Metalhead box. I'm tired. I can't read. Absolutely. The not only just supporting the physical formats. If you followed the Metalhead box through this 1-year journey so far, they have a very healthy dose of underground, and they support the underground scene much more than I expected coming into this whole, I guess, love affair with Metalhead box. I expected it to be a lot more mainstream. There are mainstream bands that come through time to time, but just the absolute love for the underground, that you could tell that the people behind the Metalhead box are metal fans, and they take what they do very seriously with this box. I think that's why so many of us love this box so much. Anyway, I got the thing snapped. There is the dog tag, Death to False Metal. Love it. And that's all I've got to say about that. I've got 3 CDs. Um, I'm not even sure where to start with this. I guess I'll start with Nightfear. If you're not familiar with Nightfear, they are I guess, a thrashy death metal outfit. I believe out of New Jersey. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. If you're familiar with Scourge of Vinyl here on YouTube, this is his band. I actually did not know that until I watched his video of this month's Metalhead box. This is their 2017 release through Black Market Metal label, and the name of Cryptasm. Sorry, I went blank there for a second. Uh, as I was saying, I'm not the biggest thrash fan, and when I went on Metal Archives and looked at this before I even knew that it was Brandon's band, and it said thrash, death, thrash metal, I believe is what it said. I was like, man, here, more thrash. Here we go. Actually, the death metal infusion into this, it works really well. The riffs on this are great. Love the vocals. Love the delivery of the vocals, and pretty strong, solid release. I've enjoyed everything that I've heard from a Black Market Metal label this year. Um, I always look forward in these Metalhead boxes when I have something from Black Market Metal label, because I haven't been steered wrong through them yet. I will post a link to all of the bands that are featured in this box in the description as well. Definitely go, if you haven't subscribed to Brandon, go do that and check out his band. Next up, we have more thrash metal. At one point, I remember seeing someone complain about there not being enough thrash. It was always all death and black metal in these boxes. They definitely had a very fair share of thrash this month, so I'm sure some of those people are quite appeased. This is a thrash metal band out of, I believe, Barcelona, Spain, if I can remember. This is Estertor with Buried in Morningside. The riffs on this album are fantastic. The song Reanimator, the riffs is just riff city. Just, I mean, I don't know any other way to put that. The only downside for me on this release that I've heard was the vocal delivery. Sometimes for me in thrash metal, there tends to be I guess a very generic um, delivery in the enunciation of the vocals. I find it to be very distracting, and it takes away. I end up focusing more on my dislike of the vocal delivery than I focus on the actual music, and I end up just kind of getting lost, and I miss out on things that I otherwise wouldn't have missed out on. So, I mean, not a bad effort. Maybe a few more spins and the vocals will grow on me a little bit, but not something that I will be returning to just super often. Next up we have, and the last item that I got in this box is a from Canada's CDN Records label. This is Astaroth Incarnate with Omnipotence, the Infinite Darkness. And I looked this up on Metal Archives as well before I started listening to it. It said melodic black metal / death metal. So I was very interested. I was surprised to see anything black metal coming from CDN, because usually when I think of CDN Records, I think of brutal death metal and just death metal in general. And then when I started listening to the album, I did not hear the black metal in this at all starting out. It has a very long, I guess, intro into the first track, Obscurity, and then then it just kicks in death metal. Then it hits to I believe track 4, Sanctum of Torment, and it's like the band has a bit of a identity crisis. I don't know what was going on there. There was death metal, there was black metal, back to death metal, black metal. It's like a 9-minute song, and it's all over the place. This is definitely one that I liked. It was different. It could be turning some people off just from the back and forth, but it's something. This EP is something that I definitely find myself wanting to come back to and spend a little bit more time with. Probably my favorite thing my favorite release that I received in this box, but definitely looking forward to spending some time with that in the next day or two. Um, all in all, I think this box was a home run. I'm sad I didn't get the Undergang shirt, but I know those of you that got it are excited. Whiplash, like I said, maybe I'll fall in love with them. It's just a band that I'm not familiar with. So um, that's all I've got for this video. Don't know what I have coming up next. Don't know when it'll be. I know I want to do another one of these CD collection videos here in the very near future. Also, end of the year list coming up very soon. Been working on that. There are some releases that I received through Metalhead Box that made my album of the year list. So definitely want to look forward to seeing that. If you're not a subscriber to the Metalhead Box, hit the description. I have the link there. Subscribe. All that good stuff. Love you guys. Thanks for watching and stay classy.